E-I-E-I-E-I-O. Top of the Premier League we go. Hello everybody and welcome to Cop for That, and I am your host Mark Dutton. Liverpool are currently sitting 3 games in, 3 victories, 9 points, top of the table. Cop for That. We played a Brighton and Hove Albion team today, and the starting lineup was basically the same starting lineup that has been successful for Jurgen Klopp over the course of his first 2 games. He went with Alisson in goal, Van Dijk in the centre with Joey Gomez, Trent Alexander-Arnold on the right, Robinson on the left, Naby Keita, James Milner, Georgie Wijnaldum in the midfield 3, Sadio Mane, Bobby Firmino, Mohamed Salah as the offensive 3. We start the game again very offensive minded. Obviously we're at Anfield, it's a packed house, it's a beautiful day on Merseyside, and we have a couple of chances early doors. Again, our movements in the final third, our composure at the back, Alisson really commanding his goal. I think this goalkeeper's gonna get to a situations where he wins us games, but I think anybody with a heart condition is gonna struggle to adapt to Alisson's shenanigans, and his shenanigans were ever present all over the Anfield pitch today. It really was a show of, I don't know if it's cockiness, arrogance, or just the way he is, but there was a lot of tricks that Alisson pulled out of the bag today, and he got away with most of them. Again, like I said, his distribution is absolutely breathtaking. So, we move the ball around the pitch really well. Our shape is good. Our full-backs are overlapping. Trent Alexander-Arnold has a fantastic attempt that hits the crossbar. The move comes around the 21-22 minute mark, where we basically catch them in possession around 30 yards away from their goal. They have a free kick, they take it short, they try and play out of the back. James Milner pounces on a loose ball. We play 3 or 4 passes. The ball's then slid magnificently into Salah on the right side of the field. He opens up his body, and like he did very much last season, he bends the ball across the goalkeeper, diving full stretch to get fingertips on the ball, but it ends up going in the corner, giving us a score of Liverpool 1, Brighton 0, and we basically then controlled the rest of the first half. Like I said, we played some good football. I didn't really feel that we got out of second gear in the first half. I think Klopp's gone, this is the squad that I think I can get 12 points with in the first 3 games, and I'm going to stick with it. So, the patterns of play that we're developing are only getting better and better. There was the front 3 are really trying to work on little flicks and little touches where they can get in behind a defence that sits deep. And to be honest with you, we struggled to do it just purely because they defended really well. They actually played really well today, and as more the game went on, as we got into half time, I think the more confidence they had. We go into the second half. Again, we don't really create too many gilt-edged chances. We make a couple of sort of substitutions. The anchor comes on in Jordan Henderson. Just want to take a bit of time to talk about Wijnaldum. I think at the start of the season, I think many people, not me included, would have not had Wijnaldum in their starting lineup with the players that we brought in. The manager's philosophy. I don't really know where Wijnaldum fits into that midfield 3. I think towards the end of the Champions League season, coming off the back of last year, he played as a defensive centre mid, and he did a really good job in that sitting role. And again, he proves that he can join up with the attack and make runs into the box. I think the pre-season really saved his career, because he had a fantastic pre-season. He scored a couple of goals in some big games, as big as pre-season can be. But we always talk about him. He's Dutch, and he's just cool. He's just cool on the ball, and I think that chemistry is what we need in the middle of the park. Um, and he just brings something different. I mean, his first touch is magnificent. His ball manipulation is from another planet. And I really think he's going to be ever present for the entire season. I think he's going to be key to how this midfield performs. So the future looks bright for him. I think, for me, he's been our best player in the 3 games. Like, over the course of the 3 games, there's been a few standouts, but he's just been consistently fantastic. And it shows by the amount of minutes that he's getting on the pitch. So he basically pulls Keita first, who did okay for me today. You know, didn't pull up too many trees, but he had a solid game. And he brings on the anchor, he brings on James Milner. Then he basically lets Milner sit and quarterback the midfield, and gives a little bit more license for freedom for Wijnaldum and Milner to actually start bombing on and getting balls into the box. 70-75 is kind of key for Brighton, with them obviously still in the game. They got a little bit more confidence, and they defended really well today. Their goalkeeper played really well. He was solid at the back, but they take off both their wide players who had ran. They really ran hard today. Their 2 wide players, and did a fantastic job. And they bring on 2 big Grock centre forwards, so they really did throw everything at Liverpool. You know, there was a couple of situations, like I said, from Alisson, where he's basically given a few people heart attacks. He gets the ball, and as the ball comes to him, the striker's closing him down, and he does a little dink, as you say in the game, little tiny dink over the striker's head. Now, it's either absolute brilliance or absolute madness, because if that dink doesn't work, they've got the ball, open goal, goes round the keeper, and he scored. And there was a couple of occasions where he's got the ball, and he kind of dwells on it, where he kind of entices the striker to come a little bit closer, and he tries to take a touch past the striker, and then he ends up going into like a slide tackle clearance. So, you know, I think he's just gonna be like that for the entire season. You know, he's gonna make mistakes. Things are gonna happen. I think if Karius had done some of the shenanigans that he did today, I think we would have been throwing things at him, to be honest with you, from the stands today. But obviously he's one of the most expensive goalkeepers in the world, and he is a phenomenal goalkeeper. And I think the majority of us are enjoying what we're seeing from him. So like he said, he dinks it over their player. He has a little one-on-one with one of their players where he takes the ball back. But here's where he makes his money for me. Like I said, 75 minutes gone. They've thrown the kitchen sink at Liverpool. Liverpool made a couple of changes. But we're basically defending and trying to counter-attack, and they look stronger, they look a little bit more athletic. Firmino looks tired to me. Salah works hard, looks tired. Mane, he gets hooked. He looked like he was tired as well. I mean, they've worked hard in the first 3 games of the season, but his pay packet, you know, was in his back pocket today, and he can say he deserved it, because they get a header in the last 5 or 6 minutes of the game, bullet header to the right side, and he has to make a save, and it's a fantastic save, and it's a save that gives us all 3 points, to be honest with you. They have another situation where they get a corner kick, and they win the first ball, but then it falls in between. We're playing a very high line coming off the ball as the first ball comes in, and we don't win it. We get out quickly, and they've got 4 or 5 players all around the edge of the 6-yard box, but it doesn't fall to any of them, and we're able to clear. So, you know, it was probably a 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10 type of a game for Liverpool today. We didn't play magnificent. It was probably the least effective we've been as a team in the 3 games, and we've looked at contrasting styles. You know, first game of the season, it was full throttle, attacking, unbelievable play. Like, this is what you're going to look forward to all season. This is how good Liverpool can be. The second game was very much counter-attack, build attacks, possession football. And then this game had a bit of everything. It had some of the good parts of the first game where we started so well, and then some of the good parts of the second game where we've defended. We've kept 3 clean sheets out of 3 games. That's absolutely fantastic for me. You know, bringing in a brand new goalkeeper. Again, he's got a big reputation. We're playing Sir Joey Gomez centre half with Virgil van Dijk. I don't think he's going to rush Lovren back. I think he's quite happy with Gomez, and he looks good. Southgate must be rubbing his hands that he's got Trent Alexander-Arnold as right back and Joey Gomez as a centre back on the right side. He brings in Joel Matip, who we haven't seen since he was injured on pre-season, so he comes into the game and we go 3 at the back, which I kind of agreed with. There's going to be game situations where Liverpool just got to see out game, and he brings on my favourite player at the moment, Mr. Daniel Sturridge, and he just showed his class. He really did. He was taking the ball to the corner, he was screening players, he was making runs in behind, he was controlling the ball, he was keeping possession of the ball. He had a couple of attempts where he tried to score a goal himself, but it was a very professional performance by the Red Men today, and hopefully I can say that for the remainder of the season. But there's going to be nerves going through this season, because a team that's looking to push to win the title, and a team that should be looking to win the league this year with the squad that Klopp's got and the confidence he's got running through the veins of these players, there's going to be situations where we're not going to play the best, but we're going to get a result. Now, point being, Manchester City dropped points early this morning. Now, when the top teams lose games or drop points, Liverpool always, from Liverpool over the last 5 years, we will draw or we will lose, so we don't ever get that ground up, but we haven't today. City have drawn against Wolverhampton Wanderers 1-1. Liverpool put the pressure on themselves, saying, you know what, 3 points today puts us top of the league. And I love that song that the Geordies used to sing. I first heard them sing this in the Liverpool 4 Newcastle 3 match, one of my most favourite games I was ever at Anfield, where Keegan slumps down behind the advertising boards and it's Collymore closing in. But the Geordies would sing the song, E-I-E-I-E-I-O, up the Premier League we go. And that song's always stuck with me from the Newcastle fans, and they are a fantastic fan group, by the way. Absolutely brilliant set of fans. So I thought I'd share that song with you today. But Liverpool currently 3 games into this season. We played the same team in every single game. Different players have impressed. Different players have shone. It isn't just about our front three. We look fantastic defensively. Our midfield is really gelling. Like I said, Georgie Wijnaldum's been my standout. He's been absolutely magnificent. So we roll on to Leicester. Leicester is our next game, and no Jamie Vardy, I believe. So he's actually my son's favourite player, Jamie Vardy. I actually like Jamie Vardy, and I'm loving that. Vardy's on fire. Your defence is terrified. Vardy's on fire. Na 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 na. Like, it's just a boss song, and the England fans obviously sung it over the course of the World Cup. We didn't see too much of Jamie Vardy, which was sad, but yeah. So he won't be playing, which is great news for Liverpool. So again, I think we can get another 3 points, 12 points. Hopefully the likes of City, the likes of United, the likes of Spurs, the likes of Chelsea, the likes of Arsenal will continually slip up, and we can really have a title push this season. So good performance today. Not our best, probably our weakest of the 3, but we'll take it. If we play all right and we scrape a 1-0 win at Anfield, I'll take another 16 1-0 wins at Anfield, if it means that we stay undefeated at Anfield like we did last season, and we go on to lift the holy grail of the Barclays English Premier League. Alright, I'm Mark Dutton, on a day when Liverpool have won 1-0 against Brighton. A fantastic goal from the Egyptian king, Mo Salah, Mo Salah, Mo Salah, running down the wing, Mo Salah, the Egyptian king. This has been Cop for That. I'm Mark Dutton. If you like the video, please put a like on the video, that'd be great. Have a look on Facebook. We are Cop for That, the one and only. And you'll never walk alone, everybody. Marching on to Leicester. Take care. Ta-da for now. Ta-da. And you'll never walk alone.